Welcome everyone to another episode of Let's Play Dark Souls 2. So now we are ready to tackle the boss of this area. I jumped ahead a little bit. After quite a few attempts, I think I understand their patterns and I know how to do this. And by how to do it, I mean we are going to summon the Pilgrim here, which is a NPC you could summon, as well as this guy. His name is Miles TP, it looks like. So Miles... let's do this. Yeah. So, oh god, I love that face. Such a manly man. I'm probably gonna make my second character look identical to this guy, if not slightly different. Anyways, it can be very tough because for the first, 10 seconds of this fight, I'm alone, so I have to wait for the other guys to drop down. Alright, so, strategy-wise, the Pilgrim is a mage. This guy with me is basically my kind of guy, melee. So that actually works out pretty well because I think it's best to actually fight them with melee. It can be tough, but it's best. So we actually just destroy the Ruined Sentinel here. The Pilgrim has, or Beckon has a shit ton of arrows to use. So that makes it really awesome. You could kill the first guy, Ymir or Yamim, or Yahim. I think Yahim. It's hard to see because the screen's sort of small for me right now. But Yahim will be sitting up here, and you can just kill him. You don't have to worry. The other two won't jump up or anything. But I recommend, actually, after you kill him, you drop down and then bring the fight down here, because otherwise... Otherwise, this will happen. Beckon is just up there trying to fight, doing her best, and they're sort of just destroying her. And that sucks. It made this fight a lot more difficult than it should have been. Or not that it should have been, but that it a lot more difficult than it otherwise could have been. But Miles understands how to do this properly, so he takes one, and I take the other. And this is how the fight should go. If you have at least one Phantom, you can kill that one there together. And then I recommend a human Phantom because they will be smart and you can pull the two apart and fight them separately, which makes this fight super easy. Because the difficult part is these guys have really wide-reaching attacks and can do a lot of jumping, which makes it fucking tough to actually defeat them. Also, they have that spin attack, which they basically turn into a human Beyblade. That can be tough. So, for that, just have a nice shield. This shield I'm using, the Drangleic shield. I got that. Actually, I haven't showed it yet. I'll be getting that. I've already gotten it at this point, but I'll show it later where you actually find it. Super awesome shield. It blocks 100% of physical, so... that just means any damage that could go through isn't going to. So, it's really useful. Don't try rolling. I have the shield, so I might as well just use it. But I was pretty careful about it. Just wait until they do... At this point, you already understand how it works. You just wait until they do a moveset, and then they're sort of in between. That's when you heal. Trying to think, who beats their guy first? Oh yeah, it's Miles over there, my Phantom, that actually managed to beat his guy first, which, bravo to him. He won the race. It's like a little friendly challenge. And then he, of course, comes here, tags out, and he gets to finish up. Very useful. Or actually, he almost died there. Holy shit. There we go. Now we tag out. It's like some tag team wrestling shit going on. I love it. And that's the spinning thing again. It can be annoying, but it could also be easily avoided with a nice shield. But he helped. He's very nice. He even bowed. I love that kind of stuff. Like, I love people that bow before duels, that bow when they are summoned in, or just say hey, or even drop the thing that says hello. Stuff like that. It's just real cool. It's just sort of like good manners, I guess, in Dark Souls. But regardless, we beat the Ruined Sentinels, and we only get one soul for that, but, whatever. Three of them together made the whole fight. So, over here, this is a very important item. I was worried. I wasn't thinking I could make it with a jump. You can make it with a jump. You have to be just very careful. It was a hammer bone. Yeah. Not super useful. I'm missing souls. Oh, yeah, by the way, I think that was a corpse right there that exploded. I think. But that's a bonfire. I'm pretty sure what happened is that I pulled some pieces out because before I had actually used the homeward bone back, and then I came back here after leveling up and some stuff. That's why I have fireball on when before I didn't. So again, there's a little bit of out of order just so that you can actually understand what's going on, because otherwise we would be jumping back and forth even more. But anyways, I'm going to be showing off in the rest of the episode the last stuff in the Lost Bastille. There's not much here, but there's some stuff, so I thought I'd show it off. Firstly, these guys, I fucking never knew. They have magic. Don't know how or why, but they do. And I've only ever seen these guys up here use them, but they seem to be identical enemies as the other ones, but it's weird. Be very careful here. Do not try to roll. That'd be very bad. I was worried. I was like, I don't want to die. There you go. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Yes. Human effigy is always worth it. I do not think they are finite, but they are really hard to come by. I think you could actually trade some items later on for human effigies, which, if true, I need to figure out and utilize. But regardless, if we come up here, this will actually take us into a room full of enemies. And by enemies, I mean barrels. So, at this point, I've already gotten pyromancy. You'll see that later on. So let's use that pyromancy. Yeah. I was worried they would explode, but nope. They just sort of die. So if you want to kill some barrels, then have at it. Just, you know, destroy them to your heart's content. But yeah, there's actually a bad guy right there. One of them that was waiting for me. So it was good that I was actually destroying these, because otherwise I wouldn't have known. There was a little bit of debris there that was just sitting in the air for some reason. Beware of curse. I don't know what they're talking about by curse, but oh boy, right here, these guys. I was like, oh, I don't have to worry. Oh shit, they pulled a switch. Fuck. And that worries me. These guys are just annoying. I think I managed to take them out okay. But all in all, it's like, I don't like dealing with them at all. Because they just seem cheap. Like that. It's just cheap. But they managed to kill themselves with the flaming barrel, so I was lucky. Also, surprise. I'm just not gonna deal with that. Be wary of skeleton. I was like, you know what? Let's just see it. Maybe there'll be an object that pops out. Nope, you can attack the skeleton. That's the thing. But I think that's all there is. I don't think there's any way to do anything here other than just see that shit. Oh boy. I love that. It's like, you didn't see anything. You did not see anything at all. Alluring skulls, those are pretty, they can be useful, but I don't really use them too much. We actually saw this area slightly. I'll be careful, there's some enemies. There was an enemy that dropped down, that's why that happened. The alluring skulls can be useful to, you throw them and then enemies will see the skull and then go towards it instead of going towards you, which could be pretty useful. I hate these guys. They just seem so cheap. Regardless, though, in here there's a bunch of weird sort of gourds looking things. I believe one of them... Oh yeah, also there's this flaming barrel. Or not flaming barrel, but a barrel that you could use to explode stuff. I was thinking maybe you can use it to actually, liar head? I don't know what they're talking about. I think there might be an illusionary wall in there, and someone else had dropped an illusionary wall sign, and someone else was like, no, that's not true. And that happens because, The illusionary wall, like I mentioned before, you have to use the A button or X button to actually click on it and open the illusionary wall. And some people have been putting down signs that say illusionary wall ahead, and then wait a second. Okay, that's why I was so confused. Before, I believe it was the first time we saw those guys. Right there is the second time we see them, because these two different paths led up there, and that's why I was confused as to whether or not we've seen them before, I believe. That's why I just backed off, because I already knew what was up there. There we go. I think that solved why I was so confused. But you can't really blame me too much, because like there was so much back and forth I do going from one area to the next. I try to keep it all succinct and like in order when I actually show the video. Also, there's an object here, so you want to close the door and do that. I only passed it. Did I really just not mess with it? Or that's weird. Huh. Okay, I guess I just totally passed it. I don't know if I ever go back for it, but I'll have to check. Regardless, so now, what are we doing? I'm trying to understand what the hell am I doing. Oh, I know. I was sitting down at the back of the bonfire because I wanted to make sure that I got my health back before I actually progress this way. There's the ambush that the sign had told me about. Also, I thought, hey, I'll try the Phantom just because. Also, see, he has fucking fire. Why do he have fire? That makes no sense. He just randomly has fire. That's a first. I've never seen them use fire before until right here, but they have essentially the same fireball as me. I'm pretty sure they don't mimic what you use, but it feels like it at least. That's right, you fucking take the fireballs. As Spider-Man say, that's a hot tamale. How dare you try to burn me. So, ambush here. Be a man, just draw them out. You don't have to worry too much here, except fireball. Fireballs, at least those, you don't have to worry about too much, except for the fact that they can get past your shield pretty easily, because depending on your shield, some shields block a lot of melee when they don't block much sorcery, and vice versa. Also, I think he sort of just fell off the edge, I think. I could have swore there was two guys, but one of them just disappeared. Alright, so item ahead. You want to go over there, and over here is the item. Very cool, but also I was thinking there's some other stuff. There's stuff over there. And I was like, how do I get over there? So I went for it. I was like, you know what? I can judge the distance. Let's go for it. I decided to make the jump. And you're about to see that in a second here. Also, there's an item over there, but I don't know how you get to it. There's plenty of items I've missed because I just don't know how to get to them. Like right there, if you follow that straight and then to the right, there is an item that we can't see that's over there. I don't know how you'd get to it, but you do somehow. It must involve jumping on something to get onto that ledge, but regardless. Ignoring that, it's time to jump across. Let's do it. Oh, no, I'm not ready. Alright, I'm ready. Ah. We cleared some distance there. That was pretty good. I wasn't expecting it to be able to jump so far, but I managed. Anyways, that actually leads us back up here, which is where we had killed some guys. So that's all there really is to show right now here. I'm sure there's more, but that's all I could think of. So now we're going to be heading back to the bonfire and actually heading to, quote, a new area, which is actually stupid, and I hate it, and it's dumb. Which you'll see in a bit. It still confuses me. How the fuck do you get over there? Whatever. Oh, I think... Yeah, no, do I? I saw the object? Okay, good. I finally saw the object. Took 2 times, but I finally saw it. And we got a soul, which is always nice. Souls are very useful to us. So here back at the bonfire, you can, of course, go down the ladder, which I never saw until coming back here again. So that ladder, it's useful because it leads to an area, but it's also stupid because I hate it. Oh boy, it just pisses me off, to be honest. This dog is always down here, but that's not what pisses me off. There's actually, I don't even know what to say. I'm just at a loss of words. I just hate it. You'll see in a second. You could use a Ferrous Lockstone, and it'll actually open up the way forward. So the thing is, this area requires a Ferrous Lockstone to progress, but I don't know if it's required to go through here and actually defeat Belfry Luna. Or Belfry. I think it's Belfry Luna. Anyways, this guy right here is the guy who will let you... He also has a very annoying voice. He lets you join the Bell Covenant, or the Bell Keeper's Covenant. I do for a little bit, but I'm not going to show you that, because the Bell Keeper Covenant is stupid. Basically, they have a ring which will let them spawn in as gray spirits in your world if you're in any sort of bell tower area, and then they'll kill you. And they'll kill you. But you know what's stupid? If you join the fucking Covenant, other people in the Covenant will still invade you. That makes no sense. It just pisses me off. So, I didn't have to join the Covenant, and I just sort of sat here, and I got the Clangorous Covenant achievement trophy. So I was actually checking. I was like, alright, let's check this out. Don't do what I did. I didn't realize that by sitting here, I'm actually killing myself, because, I don't know if it'll pop up, but basically while I was trying to check this, yeah, there you go. Invaded by Grey Spirit, SD Shepherd. Fuck you, man. I wasn't even, I wasn't doing anything wrong. But to him, I was just an easy kill. So he walks up and murderizes me while I'm trying to sync operation for trophy information. Damn it. I didn't even notice the Grey Spirit thing because it popped up. It was so subtle. I was like, well, this is taking forever. I'll just check later. Uh-oh. Yep, that was a little bit of lag, but he just backstabbed me. You asshole. Anyways. Welcome to Dark Souls. He's like, no. You close the door. What a dickhead. That's about it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And in the next episode, we're gonna not do stuff here because I hate it. Bye.